Today, I want to talk about the theme of rest. So, for me, this is something that I've seen coming up a lot recently on all kinds of platforms and speaking to people that they are just completely exhausted and drained. I think a lot of it has to do with this time of year. It's been a tough, tough year for a lot of us. And yeah, this time of year where it's kind of heading towards the end of the year and everyone is just can't wait until they go on holiday, but we still have to stick it out to the end of the year. And everyone is feeling really, really tired and drained and depleted. So, as I said, rest has come up as quite a strong theme. And so today I wanted to share with you something. It's an article and a TED talk that I came across by, it was written and produced by Dr. Saundra Dalton-Smith. And she talks about 7 types of rest that everybody actually needs. So that's what I want to share with you today, because I think we really underestimate rest and how important it is, and that there are different types of rest that we really need to be able to rejuvenate and replenish ourselves. You know, most people think that rest is just kind of having a bit of an afternoon off or having a good night's sleep, but it's so much more than that. And so that's why I want to share these 7 types of rest with you today. So, like I said, rest is not just sleeping for 7 to 8 hours a night. And most people, actually, even if they do get 7 to 8 hours sleep a night, they often still wake up tired and lethargic and completely burnt out. So, sleep on its own is not actually enough. So, the first type of rest that I want to share with you from Dr. Saundra Dalton-Smith is is physical rest. So that can be, she says, passive rest or active rest. So passive rest would be like sleeping and napping. All right, but active rest is doing some kind of activity that's restorative. So that might be uh, stretching or yoga, or perhaps having a massage to help you improve your circulation and flexibility. In my own life, I found that Qigong is hugely, hugely beneficial as an active form of balance and restoration for me. It's almost a meditative practice that I find really helps to give me some kind of active rest and restoration. Then the second type of rest is mental rest. Now, in this day and age, our minds are constantly busy. We're thinking, we're processing. Our thoughts keep us awake at night. We wake up in the middle of the night, adding to our to-do list often, and we don't actually get enough quality sleep. So, one way of getting mental rest, again, I've found in my own life, is meditation is probably the most powerful form of mental rest. It has helped me tremendously. So that is something that I practice, and I recommend that you do too. If you're not sure how to meditate, it is something that's really worth exploring. The third type of rest is sensory rest. And our senses are constantly overstimulated. We have bright lights, um, shopping centers can be overstimulation, our computer screens. We are constantly on our electronic devices, on social media. There's also background noise and conversation that is actually classified by Dr. Smith as sensory overload, and that's something we need rest from. The fourth type of rest is creative rest. And this is something that incites awe and inspiration in us. There are many ways to be creative. It's not necessarily just drawing or painting the immediate things that come to mind. It's something that you find a creative outlet and that is therapeutic to you. Like it could be cooking, it could be crocheting or knitting or sewing or flower arranging. So something where you can really express your creativity and find wholeness and inspiration in that. The fifth type of rest is emotional rest. And so this usually applies to people who are people pleasers. Yes, I used to be one of them, still working on it. And these are people who find it really difficult to say no, or who they might put on a brave face and say that they're okay when they're actually not. And it's okay to not be okay and to be able to express that authentically. Um, it's okay to say no when you just can't possibly give more of yourself, rather than saying yes and overcommitting emotionally out of fear that you will let somebody down. The sixth type of rest is social rest, and this means a break from social commitments. Um, it's about identifying which of our relationships and social engagements feel draining to us and which ones we feel will nurture and support us. So, again, important to look at this entire spectrum of these different types of rest. The seventh type of rest is spiritual rest. And this is the ability to just disconnect a little bit from the physical and disconnect from the physical and the mental, that is so much a part of our lives and demanding so much attention from us. So when we feel a sense of belonging and love and acceptance and purpose, this helps rejuvenate us spiritually. And so this type of rest is also important. It could be anything for you. It could be, again, meditation. It could be prayer, or perhaps maybe some volunteer work or involvement in your community where you are giving in a way that you feel you're able to give, giving to others, giving out of love with no expectation in return, and just something that really fulfills you spiritually from being able to give. So those are the 7 types of rest. I'll repeat them again. The first type is physical rest. The second one is mental rest. The third one is sensory rest. The fourth one is creative rest. The fifth one, emotional rest. The sixth one is social rest. And the seventh one is spiritual rest. So I hope you found that helpful. Um, it's the weekend coming up, so try to find some time to create these spaces of rest in your life. It's so important to prevent burnout, especially at the end of the year when the whole year has accumulated and you're feeling like you're needing a break. Thanks everyone for watching, and I look forward to connecting with you soon.